Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Paul, and on this channel I talk about things I'm curious about and things I've looked into, I like to share. So with today's video, I wanted to share some lessons with you that I have learned in regards to my recent inconsistency with uploading compared to my first roughly 6.5 months, I would say, of very, very consistent uploads. I have been recording, or I've been taking notes on the days that I haven't recorded, so I'll definitely still be doing make up for those videos with some two-a-days and things like that. But I wanted to share with you guys a couple ideas that I've followed my thoughts or that I've thought of in regards to my recent inconsistency with posting. And so this is what my mindset was in the first 6 months. And I'm gonna, as I lay this out, you'll see that I'm still wrestling with these seemingly opposite ideas. And I think so far my takeaway is that they're not going to be, that it's not an either or, it's a both. So anyways, listen to what, you'll see what I'm going to say here in a second. But so my mindset was, regardless of anything, every single day, I'm going to upload. And I was not strict on the from 12 a.m. to 11:59 has to be within that. No, it was just the before or after I woke up and before I went to bed, whatever the day that was. It didn't matter if it was 1, 2 a.m. I would still post a video before I would go to bed. And that was great. I was very, very consistent with it, right? Sometimes that meant I would get out of bed right when I was about to go to bed, and I was like, oh man, I gotta record a video. And so then that would lead me to getting up and thinking, okay, well, what's something that I can talk about for a little bit, right? Okay, so that was good. Practicing discipline, practicing keeping the commitment. Recently, I have had the thought of, oh, you got to post a video today. And then there's been the, okay, but I haven't. Have I had things to talk about? Yeah. So why haven't I posted some videos? Why haven't I kept that commitment to record and post? And this is where I want to talk to you guys about what I've been processing lately, okay? And with this idea of keeping commitments, I think that at the end of the day, you need to be able to know that you can keep commitments to yourself, right? I also think with that knowing with you that you got to keep commitments to yourself, I think that there is a difference between giving up altogether and taking a break in the short term. I wasn't experiencing burnout or anything like that, okay? It's not like there was really anyone else involved in this, although you could say the viewers are involved. But, and this goes back to this last video. As you can see, I'm processing this live. Like I'm processing this live. You're getting my candid thoughts right now, just in relation to this idea of posting a video every day. I'm still going to have the 365 videos posted, but it won't be because I posted one every day. It'll be one every day for a lot of them, and then some of them it'll be 2-a-days. Now, if there's other people involved, I would say this, like if there is money on the line, if there's like business partners on the line or someone's life on the line, whatever the case may be, if you've kept a commitment to someone else, maybe there's a circumstance under which you would break something, perhaps, but that's few and far between. Now, if you have a pretty introspective person, you could say, well, isn't keeping the commitment to yourself more important than keeping it to someone else? I get where that person would be coming from. If you say that, because after all, you have to look in the mirror every day. You're going to be spending every single day with yourself, not every single day with that other person. So shouldn't you be more concerned with keeping commitments to yourself than rather be more concerned with keeping commitments to other people? Well, I would say this: when you're with yourself, you have more of a context. When you're with other people and you break a commitment, it almost doesn't matter why. Occasionally you'll get some pretty sympathetic people, but it almost doesn't matter why you broke it. Regardless, you broke it with others and your trust factor just went down. Now for yourself, and this is kind of what I've been doing for myself. I am so far from giving up, it's not even funny. because there is nothing to give up here. I am doing this solely to journal, solely to talk about where I'm at, talk about what I'm learning right now, and just, yeah, just talk without, there is no end goal with this. There is no, it's literally to share, just to document. So that part's really freeing, because it's not like I'm trying to get something or get somewhere with this. So giving up has not even been in the thought process. But if you cannot, for a second, take a step back and understand what you are doing, or maybe you already understand what you're doing, but even the ability to take a step back, I'll tell you this for me. I don't like the idea of being held down somewhere. I just don't like the idea of being held down. And so even with myself, it did me a lot of good to be able to have a couple of days where I didn't record and just be fine with it. And maybe this is, again, I don't think it's right or wrong what I'm saying, it just is. But this is where it comes to that idea of being able to manage yourself, especially if you're doing something on your own, you're going out on your own, you're trying to be creative. You have certain rules for yourself and how to operate. Okay. If you left those rules the same from the moment that you got started, you would never be able to change them. Like if I was like, okay, if I were to keep that video every day for the rest of my life, I think I want to upload a ton, right? But there's this mental trap if I can't escape that. Okay. There's this mental trap. For other people, it has it in other areas of life too. And for example, another one of mine, okay, I want to spend time with the Lord every day. Do I do it 99% of the days? Yep. Do I miss 1% of the days? I do. Is it the end of the world if I miss it 99% of the days? No. Why? Because although I may not do it in the traditional sense, when I'm interacting with people, when I'm going about my life, I know there's still that interaction with God. It's just not in the same sense of when I'm reading the word or exactly in prayer. And so it's the same idea with like recording these videos. What am I really doing? Well, I'm sharing things that I've learned. I'm talking to the camera, I'm documenting. If I can still do that same thing, if I'm still taking notes down on what I'm learning, if I'm still, processing what I'm learning, if I'm still sharing with others what I'm learning, that's ultimately the goal of this. So although the medium may change, the goal doesn't necessarily change with it, right? So yes, I'm going to hit 99% of the days, or with this one, it may be 95, whatever it may be, right? On uploading videos every day. But am I fine with that 5%? Personally, I am. Someone may say that's wrong, and you're going to break that trust with yourself. No, because I know I'm still committed. Because I'm still committed, and I know my ultimate goal in doing what I'm doing is simply sharing with others and documenting. So if I could still do that in some way, shape, or form, taking notes, doing journals, and sharing with others, I'm still doing it. So this video is ultimately being recorded to talk with my fellow creatives and people who have made commitments to themselves. Maybe you're in sales, maybe you're trying to get physically fit. You're saying, I want to work out every day, I want to eat right every day. Maybe you're trying to grow your walk with God. Say, okay, I'm going to try to spend time. There's so many areas that this can apply to, where you want to do things every day. And I think it's only natural and human to say you won't hit it every day, but keep that intention and still practice what that would be, even if you can't do that thing, right? I just thought of this. This is one of the quotes that I've heard before. Your year, and this is in a business sense, is not defined by your best days, like your 265 best days. It's defined by your 100 worst days. Because the idea there is, yes, a lot of people are going to be able to perform the majority of the time. What can you do on the days when you're not performing? And so there's that idea that, okay, if you weren't spending time with God early in the morning, are you just going to let the whole day be trash? If I wasn't able to record the video, am I just not going to do any reflection or any note taking or any journaling? If you weren't able to hit the gym today, do you say, okay, screw it, I'm just going to go eat donuts all day? Or maybe because it would be nighttime, you would say, I'm just going to eat a bunch of ice cream at night? No. There are still always things that you can do. So I don't know, maybe this is more of a conversation about life that I'm having than my own videos, but I wanted to record this because, I was really, really, really consistent for the first 6.5 months. And in this past month and a half. I know I've let a lot of the videos go, but of course I've taken down the amount of videos that I've missed and which ones that I've missed in a plan for how to make those up. So again, it's keeping the long-term in mind, keeping your own, you want to enjoy the process. You want to enjoy what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You want to enjoy what you're doing as well. So anyways, a lot of random thoughts on that. I'm sure that you could punch holes in a lot of the arguments. I'm not meant for this to be a logical, coherent argument, more just be a conversation about flexibility while still keeping commitments, even though flexibility may be completely at odds with what your commitments were. And I think this is only natural to say this in the human experience of things. Some people would say no, 100% discipline, and other people would say, see, that's why I don't make commitments. And I don't think we should live at either one of those extremes. I think majority discipline is good, but again, I think as with all plans, be flexible. That doesn't mean give up though. Again, I'm trying to say all these different things together, right? A lot of times people put themselves in only one of the camps, and I think that's where we, oftentimes shoot ourselves in the foot, having the best intentions, but it impairs us. So, just sharing my thoughts on those. Just sharing my thoughts on that. Talking about some of that inconsistency and where it stems from, or what I've been doing in the process. So, let me know what your thoughts are on that. If you yourself have tried, let's say maybe it's the diets and the working out, and you wanted to go to the gym. What did you do? Did you you have that commitment? So at the end of the year, you wanted to work out every day or whatever it is, and then you realize 2 months in that you weren't even doing it once a week. And so I'm guessing probably what happened is that you completely gave up. And again, that's the reason why, because the goal was that big and you were so attached to the daily thing, and therefore you gave up. You weren't able to process your own inability within that, and so then you just gave up on it. Or maybe it'd be reading or improving, whatever it would be, right? So often we aren't able to keep the end goal in mind and be flexible. That's the thing too. Let's actually talk about that for a second. Let's say that you have the goal of even reading every day. Okay, great goal to have. Reading every day, going on a walk every day, right? Well, for some people, it's like, okay, well, to read every day, my goodness. And let's say they miss a week straight. Well, man, I knew I couldn't do it. I knew I couldn't do it. So they scrapped the goal. It's like, okay, why do we scrap the goal if we had inconsistency? What is the goal of reading? Okay, essentially we wanted to learn. So if you had a particular idea about reading, let's say that you were like, okay, I want to read every day, but the real goal of reading is to learn things. And let's say that you didn't read that day, but let's say even that you watched a movie. What if you learned something from the movie? What if you write that down? You still learned. And so although you didn't read, and so this is what I'm saying, the idea of having flexibility, when you understand the end goal, what is the point of whatever goal that you're achieving or looking to achieve? Then you got to be flexible and come back and go, okay, I didn't get this done today. It's not that is fine with me, but I am taking the positive out of today and saying, hey, I still learned something. And it could have been from a movie where, frankly, when I chose the movie, I was just being lazy because I knew I needed to read. But you still learn something. And so that's the point of what I'm trying to say, that the human experience that we have and this goal setting and this, we got to understand the end goal. Got to understand, okay, it doesn't mean that we're going to be watching movies all day and just replacing that instead of reading. But this idea of being flexible and being committed to the end goal, which is while still being flexible. That's what I think I'm really taking to heart right now and really, really learning. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay. Anyways, with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one.